All right, I'm back again, and rumor has it, and if I find a link, I'll be sure to share it. But rumor has it that Donald Trump has decided he's going to actually start releasing some of the Epstein Files after all. Now, of course, there's a lot of people saying, well, I thought they didn't exist. They never said the Epstein Files didn't exist, but the Epstein client list didn't exist. Now, we know the Black Book existed, we know the flight logs existed, and we know there's other evidence which is incriminating of at least some known people. These are all known facts. So let's get that out of the way. The next thing is, I've already seen people, basically paid social media propagandists, that are sharing this, saying, oh, this was all part of the plan. This should show everyone to trust the plan, blah, 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 blah. Look, if you have functional reasoning skills, then you ought not know this is the plan. Or this is not the plan, rather. Trump has basically told you exactly what his plans were for the Epstein Files. At first, he said the list didn't exist after, months of letting on like it was and was going to be released. Then he said they don't exist, never existed. Then he said, well, the files, and that the files would not be released because of compromising blah, blah, blah. Compromising victims, what have you. And then he said, oh, well, all the files, they were made up by Obama and Clinton. And stop it, all caps, I think was what he put on Truth Social. I don't know, I'm not on there. But from what I can tell, people have lit him up. All weekend, people lit him up over that. People that have social media influencers that have been lockstep with him have lit him up over that. Congress has lit him up over that. Old Ghislaine Maxwell has said, fine, I'll come forward and give you the Epstein client list, which basically spits in the face of everything that Trump said about there being no list. Trump was losing control of the narrative. And in order to take control of the narrative, to take control of the situation, that's why he's decided, allegedly, and this was just rumors on the Twitter, that he's going to at least start releasing files for selected files on the Epstein case. It has nothing to do with his plan. It has nothing to do with it being the right thing morally or even politically. It has everything to do with the fact that a whole lot of people were pissed off, were vocal, to the point that Congress was getting involved to force his hand to do something he didn't want to do. That's what it took. So if you want to know what it's going to take to get action from Trump, here you go. He is not doing this because he thinks it's the right thing to do. He's not doing it because this was part of his grand plan, like some people are wanting to say. He's doing it because we, the people, forced his hand. Quite frankly, we shouldn't have to do that. He should realize that this is the right thing because, yeah, there's a lot of wealthy, influential people, heads of state, heads of big businesses that are in on all this crap. And yeah, let's face it, the statute of limitations has probably ran out on a lot of it. But that doesn't mean that just because they can't be, there's nothing that can be done with the court of law, doesn't mean court of public opinion cannot weigh in. So rather than closing the case, which he did, and trying to close the door, we put pressure. We, the people, put pressure on him, forced his hand. Now he's going to allegedly release certain files. We have the opportunity to capitalize on this, to build on the momentum, to push further, to push harder, not to get complacent, because otherwise we'll just get those empty three ring binders like we did for the phase 1 back in, what was it, February? Yeah, we'll just get more of that. Right now, we seemingly are getting a victory. I say seemingly because nothing has manifested of this yet, just talk. Talk is cheap, actions are what pay the bills. So let's not just keep the heat up as is. Oh, no, mon chéri. Let's crank it up a bit. If heat before it was at a 5, let's turn it up to a 7. If it was a 7, let's give it a 9. But let's keep pushing. Maybe, just maybe, we can start using this to take on these human traffickers, these kitty diddlers, these sick freakoids. Because that's what they are. These are not the type of people that should be tolerated. These are not the type of people that we should open our hearts to feel sorry for. No! They're doing unspeakable things to people, to children, to what have you. Young women are probably, I haven't followed in great detail the Epstein case, but I'm pretty sure young women were trafficked too, not just kids. They probably did not have much in the way of a choice of the matter. If we really want to do something about human trafficking, we've got to really do something about human trafficking. And that means going after the clients, the people that are driving the market. And yeah, like I said, statute of limitations may keep some of these Epstein clients out of jail, but that don't mean we can't just knuckle under and make their lives a living hell for what they've been doing. Let's raise the costs of people who want to do this bull crap. Make it to where it's no longer worth it for them to do it. We can't rely on government to change anything. So let's get all the people together and let's force government to do something. And if they won't do it, let's stand up and do it ourselves. Because let's face it, there's a lot more people like you and me out there. And I know there's only a handful of people that watch my videos because I'm piss poor at the social media marketing. But there's a whole lot of people out there that agree with people that do see this. Let's utilize social media, spread the word, get movements going. We've seen how well people can organize. Let's put it to good use to take on human trafficking at its real source. And that's the freakoids that are driving the market. If we do that, guess what? The Epsteins of the world will be out of business. Anyway, I just pulled into the driveway. Let me know what you think. And like I said, if I can remember to check my check for links. I'll see if I can share one or two for you later.